so my video blew up, and I got a whole bunch of mentions of songs. I'd also like to explain my definition of ruined. Stuff like Airplanes, Hideaway, and Camel by Camel are just cringe-worthy. Not to mention bizarrely weird, and change your view on the song. Not to mention it's also based on impact and relevancy, while being known as the Awesome Face song doesn't faze me. The others like Funky Town and Remember are pretty obvious. So with all that in mind, from least tainted to most tainted, let's dive in. Made in September 2020 by Joji. The song goes hard, such as its reason for why it's here. In July 2021, a compilation slideshow would show a bunch of TF2 images while the song played. For some reason the video would just be shared in private Discord servers, so a user ended up uploading their own version, which is 100 times more popular than the original. These were irrelevant for a year, until an Instagram user began using and popularizing it. And that's the story of Buff Fortress 2. Our next entry is sorta similar. Made in November 2016 by Snail's House. The song is nifty. On May 9th, 2021, an image of Omni-Man's fat ass was tweeted out, which was inspired by Bully, which was inspired by Anaconda. In August, a video was posted where when the beat plays, Nolan turns around. This caused a whole bunch of edits and is still known as the Omni-Man pose. Now our next entry isn't images but words. Made in 2011 by Hudson Mohawk. This is tolerable, sounds kinda like a GTA theme. On September 1st, 2022, a redditor posted on Osas Typho about how he played songs while having sex with his GF, with one in particular being Cbat, which his GF hates. This blew up along with a tweet on the same day, and a TikTok the next day, becoming an overnight sensation, to the point where a parent knew the song, and the creator embraced the joke. The redditor named Tyler Life became an internet legend. Now our next entry isn't something that was recommended in the comments. Made in April 2007 by Stars of the Lid. A very soothing and calm listen. On January 14th, 2013, a 4chan user posted a story of a boy who was a huge Shrek fan, praying the words, "Shrek is love, Shrek is life." Got hit by his dad, met Shrek in the night, where Shrek sodomized him. The story would be named Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. On February 18, Sergeant Snugglebot uploaded a dramatic reading of the story, but it didn't have the song though. 2 days later, Catalyst EXE uploaded a reading but with the song. Catalyst's version would be used in the infamous animation by Airplane Randy. I remember the first time I discovered this was through a meme compilation, in which it cuts off the moment it's about to happen. Now our next entry is actually 2 songs. Made in November 2001 by Andrew WK. An okay happy-go-lucky tune. During January 2011, an MLP fanfiction called Cupcakes was posted onto 4chan, centered around Pinkie Pie turning Rainbow Dash into cupcakes. This garnered notoriety around the MLP fandom, with the creepypasta getting a lot of animations and fan art. On January 14th, 2012, an animator named Mr. Davey uploaded a music video about cupcakes with the song, which was a funny take on the story, which was also taken down on the same month. For our next song, made in March 2012 by Fuzogs, a good fast-paced remix of the original. On August 24th, 2013, Mr. Davey uploaded an animation titled Smile HD, which shows Pinkie Pie happily running towards her friends before brutally murdering them. An epic fight scene happens, before Pinkie Pie uses a spear bomb to blow up Fluttershy and the whole planet. These will become notorious, with them getting shock reactions, and many parodies especially today. As for Ready to Die and the Smile remix, the remix will become fully associated, while Ready to Die will be associated with other things along with cupcakes. Andrew is also an MLP fan.
And I think ponies are great, and for all those folks who don't like ponies out there, fuck you! I'm just kidding. I don't care if you don't like ponies.
Now our next entry is actually not funny but dark.
What will you do now that you're gone.
Made in December 2018 by the Raconteurs, a pretty good song with deep lyrics. On April 18, 2025, a Hell of a Boss fan animation with the same title was uploaded. In it, Stolas is singing the song while Blitz is stumbling before being held by Millie and Moxie. Stolas is then seen being held by Stella, getting dressed, and then suddenly staring at the screen. He looks more distressed as the pics begin to turn to Blitz, and then ending his life.
Hey, wake up, asshole!
This was met with mixed reception, with people praising it for its storytelling and very official looking animation. While it was condemned because of its poor warning and jump scare ending, the video was originally uncensored, but it was taken down so the creator had to make a censored version. The uncensored is impossible to find. This was made by Dweeny, who also was the creator of another music fan animation called Goodbye Horses. Now our next entry is another animation by NSFW.
I put the new 4Gs on the G. I trap into the bloody bottoms is underneath.
Made in August 2019 by Mustard featuring Roddy Ricch. A relaxing bop, this peaked at number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100. On April 27, 2016, Mr. Animan, the creator of Animan Studios, the one and only, posted a trailer of a cartoon called Axel and Harlem. This was released in 2018 on their website. The video shows Axel walking with a huge magnet which attracts other guys. They soon go to an elevator where, yeah, shit happens. This wasn't initially viral until 2023, when a sped up version with the song called Vámonos de Fiesta Factory, which is a parody of Ballin. 22 days later, a TikTok with the actual Ballin went viral. This led to many variations of Axel and Harlem, including a hoax hacking. I actually didn't discover Ballin through this. Instead, it was a McDonald's parody.
I want some cheeseburgers just to eat.
As for Animan Studios, their website is gone, and they haven't posted anything since February 2023. Now our next entry will bring back horrible memories. Made in 1992 by the late Hervé Roy, just a good melody. On January 5, 2007, Brazilian distributor Marco Frito released a film called Hungry Bitches, which is a scat fetish adult film that also contained the song. Months later, on August 12th, a website called 2girls1cup.com was launched, which shows a trailer of the two women. Y'all probably know the shitty explanation. The website grew viral, with multiple reactions even from celebrities, and being featured on TV. It would peak in November to February. This would also be, if not the most famous shock site ever. In 2010, the creator of the website would tell their story on Reddit. Basically, the website caused them to be overcharged, in which they actually noticed the steady growth. They tried to sell it but to no avail, and by 2008 all revenue sources had been cut. They were finally able to sell it in February, where the new owners actually began charging credit cards in order to view the site. Now it's time for the entries that are serious. Made in February 2019 by Samsung, a beautiful orchestra used as a ringtone for Samsung. On August 31st, 2020, a man named Ronnie McNutt was live streaming on Facebook. He was a US veteran who suffered mental health problems like depression and PTSD. His best friend Joshua Steen would later tell in an interview he would frequently stream, but this particular live stream was different. Ronnie was drunk and would fire his rifle, while Joshua tried to get the live stream to end but to no avail. Ronnie's phone would ring frequently, with him finally answering to his ex-girlfriend. After a short argument, Ronnie would say his last words before tragically ending himself. With his phone ringing a second before, the video would be spread across the internet, with it carelessly being uncensored, particularly on TikTok. This led to massive backlash with users boycotting TikTok, and many parents complained that their children watched this. Facebook would also be criticized for its poor response to the stream. TikTok and Facebook would issue statements saying they've removed the video and sent prayers to Ronnie's loved ones. This would also cause a disturbing amount of deplorable jokes. Rest in peace to Ronnie McNutt, and my heart goes out to his loved ones. Made in August 1993 by Bjork, a beautiful cover of a well-known song. The story starts with a man named Ricardo Lopez. He was obsessed with Bjork. stalking her and writing numerous weird things about her in his diary. In 1996, she began dating Goldie, which Ricardo became furious over. He would film a video diary, where he would plan to kill her using a letter bomb and also end himself. On September 12th, he would film his last diary. He would go to the post office to deliver the letter bomb, and begin to listen to Bjork's songs. When I Remember You finished, he would shoot himself. 4 days later, police were called and found his diaries. Thankfully, the letter bomb was intercepted. My heart goes out to Bjork and Ricardo's family. Made in July 2009 by 2NE1, an alright bop. On December 20th, 2020, an altercation in the Philippines occurred between an officer, a man, and his mother. Nuesca confronted the family for making noise. He then attempted to arrest Frank while Sonia was interfering. Nuesca's daughter would yell, "My father is a policeman," which Sonia mockingly responded with a lyric from I Don't Care. This caused Nuesca to shout a death threat before shooting her and Frank, tragically killing them. Nuesca would flee the scene and later turn himself in. This caused massive outrage with the public, with many calling for justice and condemning Nuesca. Nuesca would be charged and later die in captivity. Rest in peace to Frank and Sonia, and my heart goes out to their family.
I did it my way.
Made in 1969 by Frank Sinatra and Paul Anka. Paul Anka wrote the English lyrical adaptation of the French song Comme d'habitude, while Frank sung the song. This is a delightful song. This reached number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100. In the Philippines, there was a social phenomenon of karaoke singers being killed over this song, which were dubbed as the My Way killings, with at least 12 killings being reported. This led to it being banned from karaoke machines in many bars. Many explanations have been stated, like an already hostile environment or the lyrics rubbing people the wrong way. Rest in peace to all the victims. Made in September 1997 by KMFDM. An okay song. On April 20th, 1999, the Columbine High School shooting occurred. Tragically, 13 people would lose their lives. Another victim would die in 2025 from sepsis. In the aftermath, it was later shown that Stray Bullet and 2 other songs from KMFDM lyrics were on the website of Eric Harris, while their album Adios released on the same day, which also coincided with the birthday of a certain someone. Later, Konietzko released a statement denouncing the shooting, and denied any violent far-right association. I wish the best for all the people affected by this.
As I'm getting older, chip upon my shoulder, blown.
Made in April 2014 by Mac DeMarco. A chill groove. Made in March 2000 by And One. A hard-hitting jam. On February 14, 2018, the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting occurred. Tragically, 17 people would lose their lives. In the aftermath, Cruz would be interrogated. Cruz would say he would listen to Saturdays while walking to the school and as a sad song, and the demon would pick Panzermensch as the evil song. This interrogation was made more well known thanks to JCS. I wish the best for all the people affected by this. Made in June 1968 by Arthur Brown. A good rock. On March 15, 2019, the Christchurch Mosque shootings occurred in New Zealand. Tragically, 51 people would lose their lives. The shooter would livestream and play several songs before the shooting, and during the shooting he played Fire. Arthur Brown expressed horror and sadness at this, and cancelled a planned in-store appearance out of respect. My heart goes out to all affected by this.
When she says, baby, oh, no matter what.
Made in November 2013 by Jason Aldean, a decent country song, reaching number 38 on the Billboard Hot 100. On October 1st, 2017, the Las Vegas shooting occurred. Tragically, 60 people would lose their lives. Before the shooting, Jason Aldean was the final performer at the Route 91 festival. When he started singing When She Says Baby, the shooting would happen. In the aftermath, Jason Aldean would give a supporting message to all those affected. The festival would never be held ever again. My heart goes out to all affected by this. Made in June 1974 by Leonard Skinner, an okay country song, reaching number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. This is commonly associated with jokes about incest, because Southern stereotypes. And that's all of it. Aside from the disturbing stuff, this was an awesome video to make. And holy shit, a burnout. Sorry to those that I didn't include. I probably won't make part 3, considering this was a huge stress, and I want to move on to other things. Huge thanks to all who suggested, and my bro who helped me a lot. Like I said last time, separate all from the outsiders, or fanbase, and comment on ways you discovered songs. See y'all later!